Everyone, and welcome to a new series, I guess you could call this, I've decided to make. I'm decided to go back to my roots and make a permadeath series. So if you didn't know, ages ago on my channel, I had a permadeath series for Red Faction Guerrilla, where pretty much it was one life, if I die, that's over, that's it, it's done. And I comically got crushed to death while in a tank. Pretty much the tank was on fire, I got out and a building fell on my head and I died. It was hilarious. And I've decided to do a kind of similar thing in Guild Wars 2 because I am still trying. I do really enjoy the game, and I am still trying to make guides and stuff on it. But I've ran out of ideas of what to do for guides so far, so I'm doing this permadeath series instead. I'll just really quickly go over the rules I set for myself because not everyone has the same type of rules in a permadeath series. So the first thing I done was to get this going quicker. I went and skipped all the character creation, so that's how I already have this character created here. His name is Jerlf, and the one. And I'm going to be pretty much making it that he's like part of a lineage. So this is going to be Jerlf. Then when he dies, I'm going to have Jerlf Jerlfson, and I'm going to have Jerlfson Jerlfson, and if I can fit it, Jerlfson Jerlfson Jerlfson, because with with how naming works for general like Norse cultures, which the Norn are based off, something son means that they are the son of whoever it is. So Jerlf here is, well, Jerlf, and then his son would be Jerlf Jerlfson if he had the same name, which means he's Jerlf, the son of Jerlf. And then, as you can tell, it goes on and gets more ridiculous sounding because then you have the son of like the son of the son of Jerlf, and so on. Anyway, the rules for this are going to be kind of simple. I'm going to try and get myself into a few more dangerous situations and not just farm the easy part so it's more interesting. I'm not allowed to buy stuff off the trading post. I have to buy food and stuff like that in-game or craft it if I want to become a chef, which means it's going to be pretty hard to craft stuff if I'm a chef because I'm going to have to gather the ingredients myself. If I die once, it's all over. I'm also not allowed to use the mount, such as the raptor down here I own, and also I'll be trying to cut up this thing into interesting parts, so all the non-interesting parts I pretty much won't be recording because otherwise this video is going to take far too long and it was just me talking about senseless stuff while I'm just going and discovering really easy waypoints and that kind of stuff. So without any further ado, let's get on with the adventure. Okay, so the reason why there's suddenly a whole heap of screaming and stuff, and the reason why I put a cut in, is because, as I said, I'm going to be skipping towards the interesting stuff, and I found something interesting. An event going on. This Valiant here is trying to get inside this cave, and I'm somehow going along with a whole bunch of, well, not somehow, but a whole bunch of other players are here as well. So I'm just going to go in there, protect the Drake, and try and kill the enemy Risen. Oh, yeah, by the way, another thing I also forgot to mention is that I'm not specifically allowed to ask help from other players. If they tend to just run along and help me, then, well, I won't like treat the run as not proper because they went and helped me, but I'm not specifically not allowed to go and like ask friends of mine for help with this and that kind of stuff. Ooh. I immediately got better leggings. Look at that! Just bright green pants. I'm gonna keep that dye channel. Oh, I love that. Oh, poor Jerlf. He already looks kind of confused and upset, like, in his facial expressions, and now he just... Oh no! The green pantaloons. Wow. I think I definitely underestimated my character's potential. These Risen went down super easy. I think I'm gonna put another cut in soon, right after I equip these new shoes and see how they look. He's looking more and more like a clown. I love this, and this wasn't intentional either. It's just completely off the cuff. He's looking like a dork, complete dork. Maybe Jerlf was like the fat Norn who always got like bullied by the others in like, I don't know, Norn Community College when he's growing up. I don't even know if that's a thing. I'm like terrible at Norn lore. I know the lore of like every other race better than I do Norn because I hardly ever play them. But then I decided on making Jerlf, so here he is. Anyway, putting a another cut in now, I guess, until I get to some interesting part with a lot more stuff happening, so I'll see you then. Okay, so this was really unexpected. I never expected this to happen, but I've learned, like, don't go across this bridge when the guy's warning about danger, because immediately I got attacked by, like, level 9 killer mosquitoes, and that's the end of Jerlf.
I am dead.
I'm gonna, like, thank these players, though.
The big surprise.
Yeah, so that was just me saying thanks for the revive. I didn't know they were that deadly. So, yeah, I'm immediately going to, right when I get to this safe spot here, I'm immediately just going to stop the recording for a few moments, take a few photos of him, and then write some kind of, like, crappy little memorial in a Word document. So, I'll see you then. Also, the other thing I forgot to mention is the fact that, like, the goal for this was to get to level 80 with this character without dying once. So apparently I've learned my lesson there. I have to play it a lot smarter next time. So yeah, I'll see you once I get to like that memorial thing I mentioned. Alright, so here we are. If you're wondering what the heck this is actually GIMP, an image editing software. It's the software I use to make all the ridiculous and stupid and funny thumbnails for all my videos. And here is where I'm going to edit and kind of make the memorial for Jerlf. And afterwards I'm going to like create a shortcut on my desktop called something like Guild Wars 2 permadeath character memorials for like all the characters who are going to die in this series, because I have a feeling it's going to be a lot like, well, they're going to be shoved into the meat grinder per se, because of just, well, yeah, how many of them are going to die and stuff in this. So the first thing which I want to do, and this is going to be really basic shitty editing by the way, is get the pencil brush, then minimize it down to kind of like this big, and well, yeah, draw this. It's already looking. I need to stop laughing, otherwise I'll just make this look even. Nope, that's too big. Yeah, you can tell what I'm trying to do. Yeah, that's pretty good. And now I'm just gonna add one more thing. I think you can tell what it is pretty soon. Just trying to make this like a big old circle, then get the paint bucket tool. Click and yep. Or maybe I should make that Ooh, I have an idea. Maybe it'd look better if I make it white in the middle. So hold down a shortcut key. That was a Control Shift A, by the way, to get rid of that selection box. And I'm just gonna zoom in, zoom out. So zoom in like once or twice. And then get the circle draw tool again. And create a little circle within the circle, and then paint bucket that white. Maybe I should change that around. That's not what I meant. I didn't want to paint the entire thing white. What I'm trying to do here is, I guess I'm just gonna attempt to paint to cover the original hole I made, and then paint over it with white, because what I'm trying to do is like I'm just going to try and switch around the colors to make this kind of mouth thing I'm trying to make here white, and then we're going to try and make it again and smaller to make the inside of it black, to kind of make him going like, oh, looking really amazed. That's what I'm trying to do here. Nah, it doesn't work. It looks like he's just got an eye right there. I'm just going to keep the entire thing black. Yeah, and now for his memorial text. Just scrolling down to my favorite font, the Eternal Greek. This one. And creating it. I've already thought of pretty much what this is going to say, so something along the lines of, Oh, that's way too big. I guess I've got it that big because I was recently making like a couple of thumbnails and I had it just like really, really big. But since you're actually viewing this yourself in the video, I don't need to make it that gigantic. In fact, don't even think I have it that gigantic for my thumbnails. How would you put this? I want to, that's the correct wording. Drained. Damn, that doesn't fit. Oh, that works, yeah. That's good enough. So here lies Jerlf, drained dry by a giant mosquito. He never saw it come. Which, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of like not proper English, but I want to fit this in here. And also you can imagine that, like, Jerlf was never that much of a proper English speaker either. So yeah, I'm pretty much going to save this now that it's done, and put a cut in, because I'm going to skip the character creation for Jerlf Jerlfson, who I already know what kind of class I want to pick, so I'll see you then when I've created that character and actually got back in game to continue this permadeath series, because boy, this first one died quickly. And I'm back, like I said I was. Okay, so what I ended up doing pretty much was, after I deleted the first character Jerlf, I made the second one like I said I would, Jerlf Jerlfson, who is a mesmer, and the reason why I've chosen this mask here is because he's meant to be kind of sad about his father's death. Yes, I know it's kind of, if it's sad, but I kind of like dark humor in that way sometimes. Also, I made it so that he's a mesmer because it's like he tried to follow his father's footsteps but learned the wrong kind of magic. And one last thing I want to add before I put a cut in here and get to the interesting stuff is the fact that I find it kind of funny how when I was designing the character and choosing these colors and everything, I accidentally made him look a lot like a necromancer, because this is kind of the default dye colors for the necromancer, because when you're playing a necromancer you also start off with like this exact same light armor set. So yeah, just like last time, I'll see you after the cut. Oh, one last thing, I've chosen the human starting area because I kind of made up in my head, like my little headcanon, is that Jerlf Jerlfson acquired his father's debts after he died, and to pay off his father's debts, he tried, like, the first thing he tried was working for the farmers in Queensdale and, like, left the Norn homelands for a fresh start and that kind of stuff. So that's why I picked Queensdale instead of, like, the Wayfarer foothills where you normally start and level as in the one. Anyway, I'll get on to, like, cutting to the actual interesting stuff now, like I said I was, because just me leveling up and collecting the points of interest and everything around here would be boring. Okay, so I'm back, and I just want to explain what I did. So I just went through and done some really quick grinding. I ended up buying a bunch of bread off this farmer lady, this Wormtooth here, as well, for extra vitality, to increase my character's health, and that farmer lady was here. It was help Farmer Deer tend her farm. Then I went over here, got the little bit of loot you can get from completing the dodge roll thing here, and then also got this point of interest at Ada's Orchard, and also went to the Orchard waypoint. And now I've decided, hey, why not just like actually record myself hunting some harpies, because this could be a little bit interesting, I guess. Okay. Maybe not, as it turns out, because by the looks of it, these harpies, yeah, they don't actually even attack your character back. I was hoping maybe I could at least like group up a whole heap of them and like have them chase my character or something to at least make it a little more interesting, but I guess not. But also, like, the one thing I might have struggled with a little bit is making the series interesting, because I might have to take it a little bit slow, because you haven't seen what happened with the first Jerlf when I went and just ran into the really high level area with the mosquitoes. They just instantly murdered him and sucked him dry. So yeah, I'll get back to all of you when something actually interesting happens, when I finish hunting all the harpies. So like I said, I'll be back when something interesting happens. I found what's going to be interesting. Hunting a whole heap of bandits in their own cave. Luckily there's a heap of players going through here right now, but the bandits are like level 5 and like level 6, so I'm going to be very careful while going in here and, well, yeah, going for them. Good news is that you can get these stacks of stolen feed. Completely messed up that pronunciation. And it'll actually spawn bandits for you to fight, so that's pretty neat. And then you can also bring the feed back to the farmers to get the heart done quicker. Yeah, but so even though this is low level combat, at least the bandits are like actually properly fighting back. And this is also, in my opinion, a much more entertaining way to do this heart rather than, you know, just going and herding mowers back into their pens. For a moment, I actually forgot that the bandits like come down from the sky, and even where are they actually coming from? Like, there's no real rafters up there or places for them to even come from. Oh, the stupidity of the AI in this section. It kind of makes it feel like the bandits are, you know, well, it kind of makes it feel like I snuck up on that bandit, but not really. And I'm also quite happy that there's so many other players here, because now I'm kind of just gonna go in and well, attack the bandits while they're doing it. Kind of just this, well, the poor bandits, there's just this huge mob of players in here with them. The other players probably have no idea that I'm actually doing a permadeath run though. Yeah. Kind of glad I can have their help, because I never really, like, as I said before, asked for their help. Oh! And there's a bandit lieutenant I would have actually gone and faced, but I can't because he is already dead. But the great thing is, I've learnt that once the bandit lieutenant is killed, you can safely get this vista up here without anyone really bothering you. And also, there's a bandit here who sells improvised bombs. They sound like kind of a terrible deal cost-wise, honestly, because they cost a bit of copper. But in this instance, yeah, I'm just gonna straight up buy some improvised bombs off the bandit turncoat because they sound fun to use, and also they could potentially actually, like, save my character from death if I use them right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put another cut in here because, well, yeah, this place is a little bit vacant of bandits after a lot of players went in here and started killing them. Should it get really intense though, I'll put a cut back in, because near-death situation's always fun. But that's like kind of the trouble of this series, I guess, is that I don't really know when that's going to happen. It's kind of spur of the moment, and I also only want to record the interesting stuff. So yeah, as I said, putting a cut in. Okay, so I'm back here. There's actually a moment I missed where I really should have recorded. It got kind of dicey where 2 Skrit almost killed me. Yes, they almost killed me. Skrit, if you believe it. They were only level 7, which really proved, I guess, things a little higher than you were deadly. So, the reason why I'm starting to record again is because I've decided I want to face the Windmill King, this absolutely insane squid, because he is level 7, and I got no idea if I can even take him. Except I'm doing, like, nearly no damage. Good thing hero points in this game are kind of easy, but I think I'm going to have to use all, like, the items they actually provide you with here to defeat him. Yep, so smack him with the metal bar to stun him, and now I'm desperately trying to use the bomb against him. This is real neat. I actually have to be tactical. No, that's not what I meant to open. I'm trying to get open the inventory. Yeah, to use a few bandit bombs against him. Look at him go! He thinks he's a little helicopter. That's kind of adorable. And I'm also kind of glad that I don't actually have to, like, kill him. Like, I've done this before, so if you win against him, you... That was actually really good! I need to use more of these bandit bombs. Yep, he may have knocked away me, but he still has to deal with the bomb. Oh, this is great. The fight's taking so long, I'm even able to summon more phantasms. So if you didn't know, that's one of the Mesmer's main skills. They're able to, like, summon clone versions of themselves, and then they can fight for you. They also have, like, a decent amount of health. Speaking of which, if I eat the egg, yes, it actually gives you, like, a tiny, pathetic amount of healing. That's nice. And now to throw the barrel at him. I'm playing so dirty here. But yeah, I think I will defeat the Windmill King. And you know what this calls for? Yet another bandit bomb. Yeah, I'm just gonna set this right here. The best thing about the bombs is they can't actually damage you. This is real funny because like normally when I defeat him, he's a complete breeze because I've grinded it much more at this point in the game. But now it's like, oh my god, such a tough challenge. The Windmill King himself of like, the script. Yep, and because I'm so under-leveled, defeating him actually gave me an entire level up, so neat. And now I've actually unlocked a really important skill, the rally skill. So if I go down, I won't immediately just die. So before unlocking that skill, I would have just like straight up died there. Oh, and these centaurs are a little easier to face. But when I was only like level 4, like only leveling up a single level actually made a huge difference because 2 of these guys before almost actually kicked my ass. It's actually really tense. Yeah, so I'm pretty much going to go over and see if these Ettins over here are actually any challenge. If they prove not to be, then I think I'll just end the episode here, even though it's going to be a little bit of a short one. There's only so much I can really do to make this thing interesting, because combat really is actually in this game. I guess it is kind of fun with like you're starting off, but if you've watched the game for a while, yeah, this Ettin's honestly kind of easy. So I think I'll just call this like the end of the first episode. I know it's going to end on a bit of like a not too exciting note, but at least before there was that little fight with the Windmill King. So yeah, I hope you enjoy watching this, and I hope you tune in for episode 2, because based on how I'm playing, Jerlfson could pretty much die at any time. So like I said before, thanks for watching, and bye for now.